Hello, Mr. Gibson. This is Alberto Montes, VFW1406, and here we'll be looking at my project number 3. I went with the Battlefield 4 theme also again. So we start with our bootstrap file. Just have all our variables to set our grid in proper format, proper spacing. Everything's dynamic so that if we change our row count, add, delete pictures, our grid's still going to come out looking good. We just create our graphical UI, our main windows. I went with nav windows again on this project just because I think it just looked a lot better. I started the normal way with buttons on the screen, like like this button right here on every screen, on every window. But I just like the way nav windows look better. So you set up the UI, get your required files here, add and open everything. Then in our required files, we have these two variables. Looking for our image folder in the proper resource directory. And then within that folder, we get our directory listings. This is my function for my event listener on the first button, the go to the gallery button. And I had to include all my code inside of this function instead of simply just opening the window because of this problem I had here. If we click that, went to the gallery, everything scrolls fine. We could look at pictures, no pixelation, nothing's cropped, everything fits perfectly within. But anyway, if we went there and then came back home, when we returned to the picture gallery, all my pictures would be distorted. There were no margins. The layout was just totally screwed up, and I have no idea why. But I found that if I put all my code within this function, every time you click back in here, it would repopulate, would go through the loop, repopulate, and look perfect. We just set all our views and image views. This is our loop to create our grid. It just creates views horizontally, adds image views to each of those views. And then instead of putting an event listener on each view, we just used event propagation to add an event listener to the whole view itself. And that's basically it. I found it pretty challenging. I would hit road bumps here and there, some worse than others, but all in all, like I said before, kind of like that because then once you figure it out, it's an extra tool in your toolbox for the next time. You don't forget what happened and you know how to solve it. And my last point, I always kept getting this: invalid dimensions value, man requested, making the dimensions undefined instead. Had no idea where that was coming from. Did some Googling, checked the titanium FAQs, titanium message boards, and a couple people are saying that this would show up, but as long as your app was running fine and you didn't see any discrepancies, that to ignore it. But if you have any insight on that, please let me know. But that's it for week 3. Another great project. Had a lot of fun. I think it came out looking good, and I enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Mr. Gibson. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.